Well, it was 5-0 at halftime, and then after 7 tries, we got this one, the 8th of the day, from the winning captain, Fa'asiu Fuatai, and that made the score 29-24 to Kings, and here they are exhausted at the end, as are their opponents, and we've seen an excellent game today. Let's go to Mark Watson on the sideline.
Fussy Fuatai, congratulations on what was just simply a remarkable game. On behalf of Under Armour, we'd like to present you with $500 of functional clothing, which we hope will enhance performance going forward.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was a tough game. It really seesawed throughout, and Kelston got on top of us, but I'm just really proud of the boys. They were able to stay resilient and come back at the end.
It almost seemed that every time you took your sort of foot off the pulse a little bit, boy, these guys just came back and hit you hard. Yeah, no, it really did. You can't let these teams like Kelston get on top of you, because once that happens, you know, their tails get up and it's just a hard train to stop. But no, I'm just proud of the boys and how they reacted to the situation. Yeah, first game of the season, plenty just to work on?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we came here with a plan and tried to execute it as best as possible, but as always, there's improvements that can be made at training, so I guess it's back to the whiteboard and stuff, and hopefully get back onto the paddock with a better plan.
Do you think maybe experience was the difference today?
It could come into it. You know, last year we had a really young team, and as the players, you know, the senior players really stood up today, so no, pleased with that.
Well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you guys later on in the season.
Thank you.
And unfortunately, you do have to have a losing captain, Taylor Adams. A courageous performance from a young, inexperienced Kelston side, but some wonderful talent.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Kings were right on top of us in the first half. You know, we came in at half time, just said we need to settle down, lessen the errors, and we'll be back in it. And we did that. We came out, scored a try straight after half time, and then another one. And we started to open up some holes, you know, and the young guys started to come through. And then I think experience got them there at the end of the last try.
You seemed very loose in that first half. Second half, you came out a lot tighter on the forwards. Pick and go seemed to be working, and you almost had them around the fringes.
Yeah. Our forwards really worked hard. I think we were very dominant there. You know, we were pressuring them with the pick and goes and the runners, the forward runners. So that was definitely our strength, and we used that well, which created space out wide for the backs.
What are you going to go away and work on?
I think just basic errors is the big thing for us, and you know, just go back training. You know, it's new game next week, and you know, just look to come out and start how we did in the second half.
Well, Taylor Adams, on behalf of the Rugby Channel and College Rugby, congratulations on being part of what was simply a wonderful game of football.
Cheers, thank you.
And both captains can be very proud of their own performances as players and as spokesmen after the game. Certainly some very capable young men in this game today. What a match it was, 29-24. We're going to try and take you through the highlights of a wonderful 8-try bonanza here at Kelston.
So this is the first one in the first half. Hukatai out wide on the left-hand side. Some difficult defence to deal with, but he jumped out of the first tackle. Too good for the cover. And the first try for Hukatai.
Yeah, the first half was a bit slow, but it all livened up in the second half as Lalagi Visania paces himself from about 48 metres out. He just backs himself, the big fullback, and goes on in.
Well, this one wasn't so pretty. It was hard work all the way by Kelston down to the line, and underneath it, number 7, Chris Neary. He won't be able to get a picture of this one to put on the mantelpiece at home or in his locker because he's under a tangle there, but good enough for a try number 3 in this game.
Yeah, and they're very good with the ball today. Look at Egley, the fullback, won a beautiful line in between 2 defenders and did well.
Yes, and the train continued to roll. Fuatai, as we see here, just absolutely brilliant. And this is some great handling, isn't it, from Kings? They just keep working the ball on the open side flanker. Dominikovic Murray, and I can't say that name, and I apologise, but I'm excited. It's good.
And we're excited about this one too, Bull. A lovely run by Matthew Vaenga, son of a great player, making his mark himself.
Yes, and then one of the tries of the game, and Taylor Adams, this brilliant young number 10, and a tripping away on the outside. Watimi Baraki with the easy finish after some brilliant work from a set play.
And this is the last try, and it comes from the Kings captain. He just backs himself. Fuatai, he showed quality, he showed patience all day, and he finishes it off for his team. The game was won then, but what a way to finish it.
7 tries in the second half alone. We saw a wonderful game here, 29-24. We have to make the presentation of the ASICS man of the match, so we're going back to Mark Watson.
Yeah, thank you, Keith. He's an absolute class actor, wonderful cricketer by all account. But Simon Hickey, the number 10 for Kings, is our ASICS man of the match. Congratulations, Simon.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a real fast-paced game, and we just managed to stick to our game plan well, which we talked about throughout the week, and it was awesome to come out on top and get the 4 points.
Yeah, talk to us about the first half. You guys decided not to take some penalties and offer and look to take the scrum and at times look to find touch.
Yeah, well, we had the plan to put pressure on them right from the start. We wanted to kind of throw them on the back foot, maybe turn down the odd penalty and look to score some tries, and that's the type of game plan that we have. We like to stretch them and put the opposition under pressure.
Yeah, how difficult is it with a school like Kings with so much history and tradition to wear the famous number 10 and be the guy who's controlling the back line?
Oh, it's a great honour to play in the Kings First 15, and all the 22 boys out there today. They understand that, and I know my job gets made easier by the awesome players that I have around me, and I'm just really grateful for that.
The difference today, the goal kicking, particularly from the sideline, I guess just the product of a lot of hard work.
Yeah, a lot of hard work, and I guess I have to thank my brother Jono. He gives me a lot of help when things aren't going so well. But yeah, no, it was good to get a couple, especially after I missed that easy one.
Well, you realise, Simon, when all the other schools watch this game today, you're going to be heavily marked in all games coming.
Yeah, but there's plenty of other quality players around us, so they have to keep their eye on as well, so they can't just look after one. So yeah, plenty of quality on our side.
Well, Simon Hickey, congratulations on being part of a magnificent game.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
And he is the ASICS player of the day, man of the match, beautiful passing. Got this goal kicking organised too. Good tackle coming in there from Simon Hickey. Mentioned his brother Jono Hickey. It's a talented family. He's the New Zealand under-19 cricketer. Had some difficulties kicking the other way, but then he really got cracking from the sideline in the second half, and some lovely running play and passing from Simon Hickey, making plenty of opportunities out wide. And this is right in the last minute when it looked like he might get through to get a try to celebrate his game today. But he gets the ASICS MVP as well for a fantastic effort. This is a young man who's got a big future.
Yes, exactly, and the quality of the play that we've seen today, Keith, that's reflected in there. The tries that were scored, it was tough in the first half, and then there was a little bit of fatigue started to set in, and then they really started to open up, and the quality of those tries that we saw, particularly in the second half, were outstanding.
We're going to have a look at the stats now. Here's Bull Allen to run his BDI over there. In fact, that's the first, this is the summary of the scoring. There are the tries, 4 to Kelston and 4 each. And there's a bonus point, of course, in the secondary schools competition for Kelston for being up within 7 points. So it was Kings 29, 4 tries, and Kelston 29 to 24.
Well, a stat that's not on there, which I suppose is the biggest one, was the 8 tries scored, which was absolutely fantastic for a game to watch for all of us. But time and opposition half there, King's College, they dominated, and I think that's where they won the game. They really worked hard to dominate in that time, and it worked very well as they kicked for possession, and they did things very well. And I tell you what, there's a high work rate from both these teams. Look at the rucks and mauls, 68 to Kelston boys. So they obviously had plenty of time with the ball in hand as well, and they had a lot of pick and goes and really had the opportunities, but King's College were able to repel them, and a couple of turnovers there as well. Some good stuff at the breakdown from Kelston's.
We've got a little extra for you here now. Mark Watson, our sideline commentator, he works for Radio Sport right during the week, a talkback host during the evening. His producer is a young man by the name of Angus Maybe, and he was our referee today. So now the talkback host is going to interview his producer.
Yeah, thank you, Keith, and he's a very good producer too, and he refereed an outstanding game today. Angus, just looking at you, a very, very fast-flowing game of football today, and I tell you what, you guys have got to be fairly fit yourselves.
I tell you what, it didn't help with the ground conditions today. They're pretty muddy, but yeah, no, fast-flowing game. Most Premier levels probably would have kicked it out, but these young lads, it's great to see them running the ball around and keeping me on my toes, that's for sure.
Yeah, what's the difference between, say, the kids at first 15 level versus coaching senior rugby players at that Premier level?
I think probably at this schoolboy level there's a little bit more positive rugby. The guys just want to get out there and just play with the ball, whereas at Premier level there you get the old wily heads who know the tricks of the trade a wee bit probably than some of the younger guys. So generally the difference in terms of positivity in and around the play and some of the skill level actually surprisingly enough at this level is bloody good.
Yeah, I know how much abuse I get as a talkback host, Angus, but you didn't seem to get too much out there today. very respectful?
If I did, I didn't hear any. It's always bonus though, but you don't worry too much about that.
Okay, well, you get to go home now and listen to what some of the great commentators of New Zealand rugby get to say about you. Well done.
Thanks, Mark. Cheers.
Well, that's something new, isn't it? Whether he's working for his employment or is it the other way around? The other guy works for him. I can't work it out. One is the producer, one is the talkback host on Radio Sport. And on Radio Sport on Tuesday nights, don't forget we have a rugby, college rugby program, a rugby channel radio show. Mark Watson does it, Angus produces it, and we all contribute. It's great fun. We saw a lovely game today. Don't forget next week there it is, Southland Boys High against Otago Boys. It's played on Wednesday in Invercargill. It's our first trip there. We're looking forward to seeing the fans come in to watch. It's replayed on Friday night, and then on Saturday it's going to be St Paul's Collegiate against Hamilton Boys live on the Rugby Channel at 2 o'clock. We're going to really enjoy our next week. We've had 2 great weeks so far here of college rugby from us all here at Kelston. Kings were the winners today here, but a great match. Good afternoon.